Hey everyone, this is BremSter, and today I'm going to explain to you my new submission guidelines. I've had some issues recently with me losing puzzles, so let's get into how I would like people to submit puzzles to me, so that that doesn't happen and that you can get the most or the better chance of me being able to get your puzzle onto the channel. So, first of all, I've looked at different options and I'm going to ask for puzzles to be submitted to me by email. Email is much less likely for me to lose. So, my email address, bremster@elindle.net, is how I would like everything to be submitted. Now, in the description below this video, I am going to put details of what I want in my submissions. So you can just jump to this and then go to there. There will also be a public post on my Patreon page where you'll be able to find my submission guidelines. So you don't always need to come back to this video, but I wanted to do this for people who just want me to run through it for them. I want to do everything I can to make this as easy as possible for everyone. So, in the email that you send to me, first of all, the subject of the email, please put puzzle submission and then the name of the puzzle and the setter name. If you are recommending someone else's puzzle, please do puzzle recommendation and then the puzzle title and the setter name. So that way I know whether you are recommending someone's puzzle or submitting one of your own. Then in the email, please include the title of the puzzle and then an introduction to the puzzle as relevant. So if you're recommending someone else's puzzle, why you're recommending the puzzle or anything like that. And if you're submitting the puzzle, why is the puzzle called what it is or anything like that. So all of that, the introduction is optional. You don't need to include that. But if there's any details that is relevant, if there's anything that you wish to say to me or anything like that, that's the place to do it. Then another optional thing, your Discord ID. I will do my best to communicate with people about the status of their puzzle in the queue. When I've recorded, I'll provide them the thumbnail before it goes live. I often record in advance, which most people know. So if that happens, I will send you the thumbnail when it's created. Even though the video may not go live for a week, you'll get an idea of what's going on. And if I can't do your puzzle, or if there's a reason that I'm not going to do your puzzle, I'll let you know that as well. I will communicate with you if I can. So yes, that including if you if I, for some reason, I can't do the puzzle or I decide not to do the puzzle, I will try and let you know that. I will try and be open with my communication. There is nothing more frustrating than sending a puzzle in and then never knowing what's going to happen. I find that absolutely horrible. So I am going to do my best not to do that. I will. It is listed in my submission guidelines that if you don't hear from me in a couple of weeks, reach out to me. Please ask what's going on. That's my bad, and you should absolutely expect to get a response from me. Then please provide a link to the puzzle, fpuzzles, CTC, or something like that. That is also optional because the next thing I'm going to ask is for an image of the grid and I could always recreate it, but a link to the puzzle will always help. So yeah. Then an estimated difficulty of the puzzle. Now, difficulty is absolutely subjective, and I get that, but that will give me an idea of how long I need to record the puzzle, and what I'm looking at when I do it. Sometimes I do try and mix up easy and harder puzzles. I don't do diabolically hard puzzles on my channel very often, so if you've submitted a 5 to me, that is much less likely to get through, but it will depend on what's going on. And this is where the next thing comes through. Basic tricks or a solve guide. So on any puzzle, I can absolutely get stuck. But on my channel, it is all about the puzzles, not about me showing off my solving skills. So what I'm interested in here is if I get stuck, can I pause my video or edit my video together where I then turn around and say, okay, I got stuck at this point. I needed some help. I was able to look at the hints that were already provided and then be able to proceed with the solve. I will sometimes do that. I don't do it as often as I possibly should. I've abandoned a few videos recently and I want to do that less. So what I want to do is be able to cut the video, get some help, and then go back and continue to showcase the puzzle when I realize where I got stuck, or possibly even re-record. So if you can give me what those steps are so I can figure out how to get unstuck, what the tricky logic might be for a break-in or anything like that, that will massively help me and increase the chances that you'll get onto the channel. Then I will like a copy of the solved grid. That will allow me to both put a solution code into the grid so that the SudokuPad solution checker will work. And it's just something that I have put in my catalog and everything. It just is something that I will need in order to be able to proceed. Couple of other things that I would like you to be aware of, and if you provide these, it will help me a lot. What are your pronouns? Are you a he, him? Are you a she, her? Are you a they, them, or something else? I hate getting pronouns wrong. So if you can tell me what your pronouns are, that will help me. Is the puzzle published somewhere that you want me to link to? If it's in the CTC archive, what is its archive number? Is it published to Logic Masters Germany? Do you have a blog where you post your puzzles? And if so, what's the post link to that puzzle so I can link to it? I'm happy to link to other sources. I'm happy to link to other channels and stuff like that. So if there's something where you want me to link to, please let me know and I will try my best to do that. If it's looks a bit dodgy to me, maybe I won't, but yeah, if it's just a standard published site, I will happily do that. And are you happy for me to cover other puzzles of yours? Sometimes if I'm looking for a puzzle and it's, in the middle of my day and I'm in Australia, so it's 2 o'clock in the morning, everyone else's time. It's very, very helpful to me to know that I can look through, the archive or look on Logic Masters Germany. And if I see a puzzle by someone who has given me permission to do their puzzles and it looks interesting, I can record and know I'm not going to upset them. So that's a very useful piece of information for me to have. Couple of things that I want people to be aware of. First of all is I often cosmetically reset the puzzles before I record for them. This includes adding the solution code to the puzzle, but it does mean that sometimes I will make things look a bit more interesting, or interesting is the wrong word, but I will try and make them more video appropriate. And so far, I've never had a setter who's been upset at me for doing this, but I do want you to be aware that most of the time I do that. If you don't want me to do that, please state so. That will just let me know. The other thing is, I always, as I said before, I try and communicate at all stages of what I'm doing. So when I've recorded the puzzle, I'll let you know. When I've created the thumbnail, I'll send you a copy, and then I'll try and let you know when it's going to go live. And if you haven't heard from me in a few weeks, then please ping me and find out what's going on. I've tried my best to keep this simple. I don't think anything in there is particularly hard. I'm publishing these both in the description of this. I will link to the post and this video on future videos that come out. And yeah, I really do look forward to receiving your submissions. I know I've been very haphazard in the way I've done it, with receiving Discord messages and some by email, and I had a Google form that really didn't work for me. It just wasn't working. I was losing stuff there as well because I wasn't looking after it properly. So hopefully this will mean that I can be more efficient, get more puzzles through, not lose as many for them, and just be better for the setters of the puzzles overall. If you've got any questions or feedback, reach out to me via Discord is the best way, but email as well. And I really do look forward to receiving your submissions. Thank you, everyone. And as always, good luck with your solving.